everyone, welcome back to my class. This is Rumana Ali and I am here back to explain you the lesson Challenges in Improving Agricultural Production. In the previous sessions, we have already discussed about certain practices that needs to be followed by the farmers in order to improve the nutrients or in order to improve the quantity of the nutrients which are present in the soil and also to increase the crop yield. So, vermicompost is also one of the techniques that can be followed by the farmers in order to increase their yield, and in this technique the farmers make the beds, they make the vermicompost beds. These beds are made under the shelter so that the sunlight should not fall onto them and it should be protected from the sunlight. And these beds are made by using certain materials like sugarcane juice, banana paste and cow dung, and the waste material of the plants and animals are also used up in making these vermicompost beds. So, after making the vermicompost beds in the shelter by using the different materials, these beds are ready. Then after 2 weeks, they keep some earthworms. 1,000 or more than 1,000 of the earthworms are kept on each bed. So, these beds are covered with the gunny bag so that the moisture can be maintained. In this way, the vermicompost beds are ready, and after 60 days, the manure will be ready, and this manure can be applied to the fields by the farmers. And by the application of this manure, which is made by using the natural things, can be very beneficial in order to provide the higher yield and also to improve the soil properties. So, this is about the vermicompost. वर्मीकम्पोस्ट एक ऐसी टेक्निक है जिसके अंदर बेड्स बनाते हैं फार्मर्स, और वो बेड्स के अंदर कई तरह के वेस्ट मटेरियल डाले जाते हैं और 6 वीक्स के बाद में फिर उसमें अर्थवर्म्स डाले जाते हैं और 60 डेज के बाद में एक मैन्योर रेडी हो जाता है जिसको स्प्रे करते हैं फील्ड्स में ताकि सॉइल के प्रॉपर्टीज इंप्रूव हो और जो भी क्वांटिटी प्रेजेंट है न्यूट्रिएंट्स की वो भी इंक्रीज हो. So, in this way, this vermicompost is the best technique to add the nutrients naturally into the soil. The next one is organic farming. Farmers use different kinds of chemical fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides in order to prevent the pests and the insects from the field. Whenever the insects or the pests are found in their agricultural field, they used to spray the chemical fertilizers, insecticides or pesticides to control them. But this is not an applicable practice because whatever the chemical fertilizers are sprayed onto the fields, they seep down into the earth and they can pollute the groundwater. So, if this groundwater is consumed by the humans, then that leads to the many problems in the human body. Moreover, nowadays the people are inquiring more about the food items, whether the fruits contain some chemical fertilizers in them or they are grown by implementing or by following the organic farming. As they are very health conscious, they are inquiring about these things, and based on these things they are selecting the crops. So, the organic farming is a method in which the farmers do not use the chemicals. They do not use the fertilizers, insecticides or the pesticides to be sprayed onto the fields. Instead of using all these chemicals, they go for some biological methods and they go for using and they apply organic manure into their field for better production. So, here in this organic farming, instead of chemicals, they use organic manure and biofertilizers. If the farmers keep on adding these chemical fertilizers or the insecticides into their fields, then after some years the soil loses its property, and even after adding the chemicals also they will not show, the plants do not give the good product. So, in this way the production will decreases by the application of chemicals. But when they use organic manure and the biofertilizers, the soil properties will be maintained, the nutrients can be balanced, can be properly balanced, and also the soil fertility can be maintained by using the organic manure and biofertilizers. Good production can be achieved by applying this method called organic farming, and here the organic manure and the biofertilizers are different. Organic manure is the waste of plants and animals, and this is the direct source of nutrient like nitrogen. But when we talk about the biofertilizers, they are not the source of nutrients, but they contribute to add the nutrients into the soil by carrying out a reaction called decomposition. So here what happens, when we spread the culture of microbes into the soil, whatever the microorganisms present in these cultures, they convert these decaying matter which is present in the soil into some usable forms called nutrients or minerals. So this conversion of decaying matter into the nutrients by the action of microorganisms is called as decomposition, and this decomposition takes place by the application of biofertilizers in the fields, and therefore by this method the farmers can increase their yield, the crop yield can be increased, the crop production can be increased, and also the more amount of the nutrients can be available for the plants to show their better growth. So this is about the organic farming. अभी हम बात करेंगे ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग के बारे में। ये एक ऐसा मेथड है जिसके अंदर कोई भी केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर्स, पेस्टिसाइड्स और इंसेक्टिसाइड्स का इस्तेमाल नहीं करेंगे। केमिकल्स की बजाय ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर और बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स को स्प्रे किया जाता है फील्ड्स में बेटर प्रोडक्शन के लिए और न्यूट्रिएंट्स के क्वांटिटी को इंक्रीज करने के लिए सॉइल में। ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर यानी प्लांट्स का और एनिमल्स का वेस्ट डाला जाता है फील्ड्स में ताकि उसमें जो भी न्यूट्रिएंट्स प्रेजेंट हो वो सॉइल में मिक्स हो जाए और फिर सॉइल में से प्लांट एब्जॉर्ब कर सके। नेक्स्ट है बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स। बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स यानी कल्चर्स होते हैं माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के जो कि फील्ड में डाले जाते हैं और ये माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो भी डीकेइंग मैटर प्रेजेंट होता है सॉइल में उसको कन्वर्ट करते हैं और एक यूजेबल फॉर्म देते हैं और एक यूजेबल फॉर्म, ये डीकेइंग मैटर जो भी सॉइल में प्रेजेंट होता है उसको यूजेबल फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए ये माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स एक रिएक्शन, ये माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हेल्प करते हैं और इस कन्वर्जन को हम बोलेंगे डिकम्पोजिशन। तो डिकम्पोजिशन की मदद से डीकेइंग मैटर यूजेबल फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट किया जा सकता है माइक्रोबियल एक्शन के थ्रू। दिस इज अबाउट द बेस्ट टेक्निक टू इम्प्रूव द क्रॉप यील्ड, दैट इज ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग। Up till we were discussing about the high yield management methods and the different methods that can be followed by the farmers in order to increase their crop production. Now let us discuss about the crop protection. Here the crop should be protected from weeds, they should be protected from microbes, and they should also be protected from animals. And here the animals, it includes insects and grazing animals. Let us learn about the crop protection from weeds first. So weeds are the plants that are grown along with the crop plants. For example, if farmer wants to grow the rice plants and along with these rice plants some other plants are also grown in the field and that plants are called as weeds. Here this is a rice plant, along with this rice plant some weeds, some other plants are grown in the same field. So what are the disadvantages that farmers has got by the weeds that are present in their field? Weeds are the wild plants that absorb the nutrients which are provided for the crop plants. So here the weeds compete with this crop plant for water, and sometimes these weeds does not allow the sunlight to fall onto the crop plants. So here they compete for the sunlight as well as the nutrients or the minerals which are present in the soil that is absorbed by the weeds. Therefore the deficiency of the nutrients can be seen in the soil so that the enough amount of the nutrients are not available to be absorbed by the crop plant. In this way the weed plants competes with the crop plants for water, for sunlight and also for the nutrients. Due to this the yield will be decreased, the crop production decreases because of this competition between weeds and crop plants. So this is the advantage that can be faced by the farmers because of the presence of weeds in their field. So now what are the methods that needs to be followed in order to protect the crops from weeds? Here the three methods are given. The first one is weedicides. Certain chemicals can be used to kill the weeds which are present in the field along with the crop plants. The first one is weedicides. Certain chemicals are sprayed in order to kill the weeds that are present in the field. The next one is manual plucking. This method includes the plucking of the weeds with the hand. Farmer pluck the weeds with their hands and that process is called as manual plucking. And the next one is using machines. If the plants are grown in the rows and in between the rows the weeds have also grown. So to remove that weeds from the field, the farmers use some a pluffer, hand pluffer or roller to remove that weeds from the field. So in this way, these are the three simple and the basic methods that can be followed by the farmers in order to get rid of the weeds that are grown in their fields. The first one is weedicides. That means by applying the chemicals, manual plucking, plucking the leaves with their hands, plucking the weeds with their hands, using machines means the usage of pluffer or the roller in order to remove the weeds from the field. So this is about the crop protection from weed. अभी हम बात करेंगे crop protection के बारे में. Crop को किस तरीके से प्रोटेक्ट किया जा सकता है? Weeds से. Weeds यानी wild plants, जो अनवांटेड प्लांट्स ग्रो हो जाते हैं फील्ड में, उसको हम बोलेंगे वीड्स. यहाँ पर वीड्स का ये डिसएडवांटेज है कि ये compete करता है क्रॉप प्लांट के साथ में, और जो भी वाटर प्रेजेंट होता है वो एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है, तो फिर क्रॉप प्लांट के लिए वाटर नहीं होगा एब्जॉर्ब करने के लिए, जिसकी वजह से क्रॉप प्लांट अच्छे से ग्रो नहीं हो पाएगा. द नेक्स्ट इज सनलाइट. वीड्स सनलाइट को फॉल होने से रोकते हैं क्रॉप प्लांट पर, जिसकी वजह से क्रॉप प्लांट फोटोसिंथेसिस कैरी आउट नहीं कर पाएगा. नेक्स्ट है न्यूट्रिएंट्स. जो भी न्यूट्रिएंट्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं सॉइल में वो वीड्स एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते हैं, जिसकी वजह से न्यूट्रिएंट्स डेफिशिएंट हो जाते हैं और अवेलेबल नहीं होते हैं क्रॉप प्लांट के लिए. सो इन दिस वे, इस तरह से ये compete करते हैं वाटर, सनलाइट और न्यूट्रिएंट्स के लिए. अब अगर ये वीड्स को फील्ड में से निकालना है, इसको रिमूव करना है, तो थोड़े से ऐसे मेथड्स है जिसको फॉलो करना ज़रूरी होगा, और वो है वीडीसाइड्स, मैनुअल प्लकिंग और यूजिंग मशीन्स. वीडीसाइड्स यानी केमिकल्स स्प्रे करना चाहिए जिससे वीड्स किल किए जा सकते हैं. मैनुअल प्लकिंग यानी जो भी वीड्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, जो अनवांटेड प्लांट्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं फील्ड में, उसको प्लक करके रिमूव कर देना चाहिए. यूजिंग मशीन्स यानी रोलर या फिर प्लफर की मदद से भी फार्मर्स वीड्स को रिमूव कर सकते हैं अपनी फील्ड से. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया क्रॉप प्रोटेक्शन फ्रॉम weeds. Let us talk about the crop protection from microbes. Just before we have discussed that the microbes are very beneficial to the plants as it helps in carrying out the process of decomposition. They convert the decaying matter into the minerals, and that minerals are available in the soil for the plants. The plants absorb that nutrients and can grow well. So the microbes can be beneficial for the plants as well as they are harmful in some cases. The microorganisms can cause the damage to the crop. Certain fungi, virus or the other microorganisms, they can harm the crop. They can damage the crop. If the microorganisms are present on the leaves, they cause the diseases. The different diseases can be caused by these microorganisms, like they cause the patches on the leaves, the wilting of the leaves takes place, and the folding of the leaves, and sometimes ash-like material is found on the leaves. So all these things can be done by the microorganisms. These different diseases can be caused by the different microorganisms, and they hamper the photosynthesis. They affect the rate of the photosynthesis in the plants. So by that the plants cannot prepare their own food, and this show the reduced growth. They show the different symptoms, and the crop yield also gets decreases because of the action of microorganisms. So by this we can understand the microorganisms are beneficial as well as they are harmful for the different plants. So the crop needs to be protected from the microorganisms as well, and there are certain biological methods that are implemented by the farmers in order to protect the crop from the microbes. तो अभी हम बात करेंगे क्रॉप प्रोटेक्शन फ्रॉम माइक्रोब्स की, यानी थोड़े से माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स ऐसे होते हैं जो कि बेनिफिशियल होते हैं और थोड़े माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हार्मफुल होते हैं प्लांट्स के लिए. जो भी बेनिफिशियल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं वो डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन को कैरी आउट करने के लिए हेल्प करते हैं, यानी जो भी डीकेइंग मैटर प्रेजेंट होता है सॉइल में उसको मिनरल्स में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, उसको हम बोलेंगे डिकम्पोजिशन. लेकिन थोड़े से माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म जैसे कि है फंगी और वायरस, ये लीव्स के ऊपर पैचेस कॉज करते हैं, विल्टिंग ऑफ द लीव्स फोल्ड हो जाते हैं, और थोड़े केसेस में ऐश लाइक मटेरियल फॉर्म हो जाता है लीव्स पे, जिसकी वजह से फोटोसिंथेसिस नहीं कर पाते हैं वो, और जैसे ही फोटोसिंथेसिस का रेट डिक्रीज हो जाता है crop production भी decrease हो जाएगा. Let us study about the crop protection from insects. In the lower classes we have already studied about the insects that they help in carrying out the process of pollination. The flowers, the grains, the cereals, fruits and the vegetables, All these things can be obtained from the flower only. But first the flower is to be fertilized, and the fertilization of the flowers can be done by this pollination. So insects are beneficial for the plants as they help in the process of pollination, but some insects may harmful for the crops. Some insects affect the crops and some insects affect the plants, therefore it decreases the crop production. Generally the larva form of insects, they feed on the leaves and make holes on the leaves, and sometimes the insects bore the fruits so that the market value of the fruits get decreases. In this way the market price of the product and the crop yield both gets decreases because of the action of the insects, because of the problems causes by the insect to the crops. So to riddle out this problem, the farmers usually they use chemical insecticides and pesticides, but by using these chemicals also there will be lot of problems that can be caused in the environment. The chemicals whatever sprayed onto the fields, they seep down into the ground and pollute the groundwater. If that groundwater is consumed by the human, then the materials or the chemicals which are present in that water, they cannot be detoxified by the human body, and it leads to many severe and dangerous problems. So to avoid this also, to avoid the environmental problems also, the farmers are being prepared the biofertilizers by using neem oil and the neem juice, and that biofertilizers or the biopesticides are sprayed onto the fields in order to control the pests and the worms. And one more method is employed by the farmers to control the pests and the worms naturally, and that method is, if the insects are present in the field, so in this field or near the plants that are being affected by the insects, or on the plants where the insects are present, near that plants they are making the homes for the birds, and these birds when they come to live in these homes, they eat the larvae which are affecting the leaves, which are causing the problems to the crops, they eat that larva. So by this method also the farmers can control the growth of pests and the worms in their fields, and hence the crops can be protected from insects naturally without any usage of chemicals. This is about the crop production from insects. Now when we talk about the grazing animals, then the grazing animals are the ones who come to graze in the fields. Grazing animals can also harm the crop. They can also cause some damage to the crop, which decreases the crop yield. So to stop this damage or to control this damage, the farmers arrange the electric fences across their field. By arranging electric fences, the crop can be protected from grazing animals. So this is about the crop production from animals. Insects और grazing animals भी crop को damage करते हैं, तो इसको किस तरह से रोका जाएगा वो उसके बारे में अभी हम बात करेंगे. पॉलिनेशन एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है. ग्रेन्स, फ्रूट्स और वेजिटेबल्स, ये सारे प्रोडक्ट्स को प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए पॉलिनेशन का होना ज़रूरी है, और ये पॉलिनेशन के प्रोसेस को परफॉर्म करने के लिए इंसेक्ट्स हेल्प करते हैं. लेकिन थोड़े से ऐसे इंसेक्ट्स होते हैं जो जब लार्वा फॉर्म में होते हैं वो लोग फीड करते हैं लीव्स पे, और लीव्स में होल आ जाता है, तो इस तरीके से ये लोग क्रॉप को डैमेज कर रहे हैं. और यहाँ पर थोड़े इंसेक्ट्स ऐसे होते हैं जो कि फ्रूट्स में बोर करते हैं, जिसकी वजह से फ्रूट की मार्केट वैल्यू डिक्रीज हो जाती है. तो ये सारे डैमेजेस को कंट्रोल करने के लिए थोड़े से बायोलॉजिकल मेथड्स है जो कि फार्मर्स यूज़ कर रहे हैं, जैसे कि बायो पेस्टिसाइड्स का स्प्रे करना फील्ड्स में और बर्ड्स की होम बनाना. तो जब भी बर्ड्स का होम बनाया जाएगा फील्ड में, तब वहाँ पर बर्ड्स आएंगे और जो भी लार्वा प्रेजेंट होता है जो डैमेज कर रहा है क्रॉप को, उसको ईट कर लेंगे. सो इन दिस वे दे कैन प्रिवेंट और दे कैन कंट्रोल द पेस्ट एंड द वर्म्स इन द फील्ड. नेक्स्ट है ग्रेजिंग एनिमल्स. ग्रेजिंग एनिमल्स भी क्रॉप को डैमेज करते हैं, तो ये डैमेज को रोकने के लिए फार्मर्स उनके फील्ड के अतराफ इलेक्ट्रिक फेंसेस अरेंज करते हैं. तो ये हो गया क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन फ्रॉम वीड्स, माइक्रोब्स एंड एनिमल. थैंक यू.